Section 60 of the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, translated by Courtney Langdon. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Purgatorio, Canto 26. Purgatory, the seventh ring. Lust. Instances of natural and unnatural lust.
While thus, one for the other, along the edge we went, and my good teacher often said,
Attention pay, and let my warning help thee.
The sun, which with its rays was changing now from azure all the western skies to white, was on my right side striking me, and I was with my shadow giving to the flame a brighter red. I noticed many shades give heed to this small sign as on they moved. This was what started them to speak of me, and they began to say among themselves,
That one seems not to have an unreal body.
Then some of them as far as possible drew near to me, though always with due care not to come out where they would not be burned.
O thou that goest on behind the rest, though not from sloth, but from respect, perhaps reply to me, who burn with thirst and fire, nor is by me alone thine answer needed, for all these here have greater thirst therefore than Indians or Ethiopians for cold water. Inform us how it is that with thyself thou makest thus a wall against the sun, as if thou hadst not entered death's snare yet.
Thus one of them addressed me, and at once had I declared myself, had I not heeded another novelty which then appeared. For through the middle of the flaming road folk with their faces turned the other way came on, and made me stop to gaze at them. There all the shades on every side I see make haste, and without stopping kiss each other, with this short form of greeting satisfied. Thus one ant from among its dark host touches its muzzle to another's, to obtain, perhaps, directions as to path or fortune. As soon as they leave off their friendly greeting, and ere the first step has been taken there, each struggles to outcry the other shade. The new-come band shouts,
Sodom and Gomorrah!
The other,
And the cow Pasiphae reclines, that to her lust a bull may run.
Thereat like cranes. If some of them should fly toward the Riphean heights, and toward the sands the rest, these shunning ice, and those the sun, one band departs, the other comes along, and weeping to their previous song they turn, and to the cry which best befitteth them. Then those same shades who had entreated me drew near to me, as they had done before, with eagerness to listen in their looks. And I, who twice had seen what they desired, began, O souls, who now are sure of having, whenever it may be, a state of peace, my body's members have not stayed beyond, either unripe or ripe, but with their blood and with their joints are really with me here. I hence go up to be no longer blind. On high a lady wins us grace, whereby I carry through your world my mortal part. But so may your best wish be soon fulfilled, in order that that heaven may shelter you which full of love is amplest in its spread. Tell me, that I may rule more paper for it, both who ye are, and what is yonder crowd which onward goes its way behind your backs. A mountaineer becomes not otherwise confused, nor looking round grows dumb, when rough and wild he enters first a town, than each shade did in its appearance there. But when set free from that astonishment, which soon diminishes in high-born hearts, the one who questioned me before resumed,
Happy art thou that shippest thus experience of these our bounds, that better thou mayst live. The people who come not along with us, in that offended, for which Caesar once, when triumphing, heard Queen cried out against him. From us they therefore separate with cries of Sodom, and by self-reproach assist, as thou hast heard, the burning by their shame. Our sin was intersexual, but since we, by following our appetites like beasts, fail to conform ourselves to human law, to our confusion, when we leave the others, her name we cry, who bestialized herself, by lying in the beast-resembling frame. Thou knowest now our deeds, and what our guilt. If who we are thou'dst know, perhaps by name, there is no time to tell, nor could I do it. As to myself, I'll rid thee of thy wish. I'm Guido Gwinetzelli, and purge me now, because of grieving well before the end.
As in Lycurgus' anguish those two sons became, when they again beheld their mother, Even such did I, though I went not so far, when him I heard self-named, who father was to me and others, better men than I, who e'er made sweet and graceful rhymes of love. Hence, lost in thought, nor hearing aught or speaking, I moved, and long I gazed at him in wonder. But for the fire no nearer drew to him. When I, with looking, had been fully fed, I put myself entirely at his service with those assurances which win belief. And he,
Thou leav'st in me a memory from what I hear, so great and plain, that Lethe can neither wipe it out nor make it dim. But, if thy words swore what was true just now, tell me, why hast thou by thy speech and looks revealed to me that thou dost hold me dear?
and I to him, 'twas those sweet rhymes of yours, which, while the modern form of speech endures, will e'er endear to me their very ink.
Brother,
He said,
he whom I indicate
he pointed at a spirit on a head,
was of his mother tongue a better smith. In love songs and in stories of romance he vanquished all. Hence let those fools talk on, who think the Limousin excelleth him. To rumour, rather than to truth, they turn their faces, forming their opinions thus, ere art or reason have by them been heeded. Thus with Gritoni many ancients did, giving, from cry to cry, to him alone the prize, until with most the truth prevailed. If now so amply privileged thou art, that lawful is thy going to the cloister, where Christ is abbot of the brotherhood, a paternoster say to him for me, or all of it that we in this world need, wherein no longer it is ours to sin.
and then perhaps to yield his place to one near by him there, he vanished through the fire, as to the bottom would a fish through water. Toward him who had been pointed out I moved a little way, and said that my desire was for his name a gracious place preparing.
Your courteous question,
He unurged began,
delighteth me so much that I cannot, nor do I wish to, hide myself from you. Arnaut am I, who going weep and sing, with sorrow my past folly I behold, and see with joy the hoped-for coming day. Now by the power which guides you to the top of this short flight of stairs, I beg you, be mindful in due time of this my pain.
Then in the fire refining them he hid.
End of Purgatorio, Canto 26.